Good morning. It's turned off kind of cool. Feels great this morning. This episode's going to be a little bit different. Kind of bring you in, show you a couple things that I got going on. I'm not going to be doing any pinstrapping today. I got something special to show you guys today. Come on, let's go. So, a while back, we, well, I guess it's been close to 2 years, I guess. Me and my wife purchased this car. And of course it needed a whole lot of work, and the majority of it I could do, but I don't have a whole lot of tools here at my shop, to do that. So what I ended up doing is I replaced all of the brakes. We've done some engine work, tune up, radiator flush. But let me show you this old gal right quick. It is a 1962 Fairlane. And this one is pretty special. It's you talking about running like a top. This thing is just fantastic. And it's got a nice interior, but the floor pans are missing in the front. Just, there's a few spots that need to be repaired. Let me get you up here, you can see me a little bit better. There's a few spots that need to be repaired, as far as like right inside where you sit, right in the front floor pans need to be redone. There's a little bit of work needs to be done on the rockers. The trunk area is solid, but as it comes around where it, the fuel cell is underneath, but whenever it comes around to drop down into the rear quarters, it's it's a lot of weight reduction right in there. So I'll bring you in here and let you see this. Let's see. The styling on this car is it's just beautiful. The front end, the back end is kind of what drew us to really want to do something with this car. And look at her, boy. Fun. I'm talking this thing is awesome. Seriously. You ever seen such a pretty tail end? Man. And the front end is just impressive. Now, this is the smaller model. If you look at the Galaxies is virtually the same body style, but everything is just so much larger. The front end, the quarters, the fenders, everything. Everything is just larger. Man, I got one eye hunting and one eye fishing. Get back down there. Oh yeah. Now these are faux spotlights, but everything else works. It's got a I'll show you that in a second. It's a gumball light that I have for the top. I mean, this sun gun runs good. I'm replacing the solenoid over here on the fender well, just because we was having some issues out of it the other day, just not wanting to crank. And, you know, I've run a new fuel line, which is just a rubber line that goes all the way back to the tank, but it's got a good tank in it, solid tank. I need a new sending unit for it just because it's not wanting to register. It could be a wiring issue. I'm going to look a little bit more into it. But I anticipate being able to get that solenoid within the next few days. O'Reilly says it'd take 11 days to get one of those in. So I think I'm just going to run up the road and see if I can find me one in another town or whatever. But yeah, we'll get that thing fired up so you guys can see it, and show you inside. What I did is I took some old street signs that I have, because I paint up a lot of street signs to give away and sell and stuff. But I just put I put some of this foam. It's not foam, it's like a packing material. I put it down over top of the hole so I ain't got cats and possums and skunks and crap like that all up in here. Now when we got this car, me and my wife, we masked up and got in here and really deep cleaned the inside of this thing, wiped everything down. She loves the color of this interior. It's like a teal. All the gauges work with the exception of the sending unit. But like I said, that's probably just a wiring problem. We can get in there and see if we can't work that out. It's it was originally a 3-speed on the column, and you still got the clutch pedal down there, but it's been since changed over to an automatic, and it's got a B&M shift in the floorboard. But as you can see right through this little peephole here, yeah, you can see the ground underneath, but it's all been cut out and supports have been welded and such, so it's really not a difficult fix as long as you have the proper tools. And like I said, we've pulled everything out of this interior. We've deep cleaned it, swept it out, and we just got it ready to put a new interior in it. Or we're going to put, we were going to put a new interior in it. And you got your little red light that goes on top. It's already got the access hole there where the old light was, and like I said, we've had this thing for a couple years, which leads us to this one. A lot of work needs to go into the 62, and it's not beyond my capabilities. It's just time. Being able to put in the hours needed to finish this car, which a man with all the materials and a good solid work week, this thing would be ready to rock and roll. I've replaced the majority of the brake lines only because, man, you talking about brittle. They was brittle, but I replaced everything from the front to the rear axle and over to the driver's side rear wheel. All that has been replaced. And the only thing I haven't replaced is the line going across the rear axle to the passenger rear, and I've got a rubber line on this front wheel that needs to be replaced. But it just needs some attention. And this one we're going to sell. Because this old girl right here come into our life. We got this a few days ago, and like I said, this was supposed to be an anniversary present for my wife a couple years ago, and it took us about 1.5 years to get it paid off. And you know, we finally got it home, and it's been running. It's got a hot battery in it, and up until the other day, you could just come out here and bump it over. She fire up every time like a brand new one. And that solenoid was just giving me issues, and I said, I'm just going to spend the money and just replace it. But we found this one up in Bowling Green a few days ago, and man, I can't tell you, I didn't have my camera on me when we went to get it. I had left it in the van, and I was so excited. I just gripped it and ripped it. I just got in there and hammered down to the gas station. I filled this old girl up, and we motored all the way back here. So we had about iron, wasn't hardly an hour and a half. I didn't push it too hard, you know, toward the last bit of it. But man, when we left Bowling Green, I was letting her eat down 231. So I'll bring in here and show you this one. It's not much needs to be done to this. It's taken good care of. Oh, mercy. And you know, one thing I did notice, does anything look a little different about that distributor? Yep. It appears that rascal has come off of a Chevrolet, and a different gearing has been put on it, the way I understand it, to make it work with this car. And I've come down to the conclusion that might be the reason this car runs so dang good. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from that. Mercy. You know, you got the best of both worlds right there. It is a 289 2-barrel carburetor. She ain't no racehorse, but she runs mighty fine. I'm talking runs great. Look at that. Got an old leather strap right there, hold that up. Ain't that neat? We put a new solenoid in it yesterday. Again, when I get started on stuff like this, it's kind of difficult to, you know, to remember to grab the camera and just video everything. I try to remember as much as I can, but I just get so involved with several different projects that sometimes I just overlook it, and I shouldn't. So let's go to the interior. Oh, yeah, man. Tell me. She got good full pans in her. Don't mind the tools. That's just left over from the other day. I still got some work to do to it. But dash looks great. I've got some wiring to do under here to get all the gauges lit back up and coming back alive. But we pulled the seats out of this yesterday evening and swept everything out, cleaned it. Some valve cover gaskets I need to replace. We got a small leak. The headliner, we're going to do something kind of fancy with it just to get us by until we can get another one stitched up. And yeah, we got a little ways to go, but we got a little bit to go on this one. But it's not too bad. I mean, these cars have wonderful profiles to them. And I'm going to get in here in just a little bit and get to tinkering on this. I'll bring you with me. All right? All right. So I went in the house and I got my hat. Mainly because I don't want you looking at my bald spot. So we went to the Walmart and we got us a brand new Never Start battery. Put that in. Wow. All right. We're going to take this old paint because it's what they ended up doing is taking this car used to be yellow according to the title, which I don't mind yellow. I almost wish they would have left it, you know, the original color. I think that would have been pretty impressive. And just took and scuffed it up and, you know, put like a clear coat over it or just kept it looking natural. I really like that look. But anyway, they didn't. A lot of this pitting and stuff on the fenders, you know, this is just going to be a driver for us. Something to get out and enjoy. Saturday evenings, you know, we're going to go down here to Sonic or Dairy Queen or take a ride through Hendersonville or up in Portland where they got the lights and all that stuff. You know, it'd be nice to be able to take it, you know, around here close and just go to some of the cruise ins and meet with some of the people. We've had that thing for, like I said, going on 2 years, or we're right at 2 years. And it's just, you know, the point of having these cars is just being able to keep them up and keeping them running and then getting out and enjoying them, making memories. We're going to do some cool little stuff to it. You know, I think Lisa had said something about wanting to do some pinstriping on here, and when she nails down kind of what she wants, then I'm gonna do it up. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna put this hot battery in here and fire this old gal up. It should start up pretty good. We got out here tinkering with it yesterday. Put that new coil on there, and The linkage is off. Like, you put it up in park, she'll start, but she grinds because it's not, the linkage doesn't go all the way up into park. So I'm gonna have to adjust that within the next couple days. So I just been pulling it down in neutral, and she fires right over. You've probably seen the log underneath the back tire. It's for this purpose, so I could drop this thing in neutral and not have to worry about this thing rolling backwards. Man, can you ask for anything better? I say not. I mean, I need to do some muffler work on it. I need to do some adjusting on the carburetor. I got to work on these dash lights. All these gauges down here work. These are new gauges that were put in. You know, oil pressure, voltage, and temperature. But I've got to hook up that voltage wire so I'll know how much I'm pushing. But gum, you just can't beat that, man. Just for what we gave for this thing and being able to hammer down like we did coming home, what a blessing. Man, can't beat it. So the next thing to show you is the trunk. So going back there, forgot the keys. Whoop, about got you. Alrighty, original breezer. A mirror that we're gonna have to put back on that passenger side. Check this out. I found this down in the quarter panel. An Imperial brake parts cleaner. Ain't that something? It's not an old can, but it's kind of cool. But let's see. Spare tire, the door panel. I mean, this floor's not that bad. What I'm going to do, I ain't gonna pull everything out. Kind of give you an idea. The quarters look amazing on the inside, but down in here, you know, the floor's all rusty. So that's the whole reason I got that wire wheel. Now I've got another gasket for the trunk, so that's gonna be good. For the most part, it's not really that bad. I mean, the metal's thin, but it's not too awful bad. So I'm gonna take me a wire wheel and just go over all this rust everywhere here in the trunk, around the seams. I'll probably seam seal all that back, and I've got some gray primer that I'm just gonna hit over top of this, so it'll just kind of slow it down for time being. And after that dries, I've got some rubberized undercoating that I'm gonna spray the whole trunk and down in the quarters, just to kind of buy some time until I can replace this center section. Everything else is really, really solid. I'm impressed compared to the 62. But yeah, reseal everything, sand it down, get the majority of the big stuff off of there, and then just, it needs to be blasted, honestly, but I just don't have access to that at this point. But if I'm going to replace it, I'm not even going to worry about going through the trouble of blasting everything. Just knock the hide off of it, put some primer on it, and then I'll put that undercoating on there, and that'll be sufficient enough for me for right now. We plan on keeping this car for a while. This is a cool thing. I never even put two thoughts in it. So I grabbed these wires yesterday. I'm like, what in the heck's that wire go to? The air shocks. Ain't that something? Man. Yeah. I can feel it going down. That's crazy. I never had one of them yet. Ain't that awesome? Never had anything with air shocks. But that'll be neat. Man. And I'll tell you another thing is if I'll tell you another thing. if you've never met my wife, she's a little bitty woman. And when we test drove this thing, she got up in the seat, and we stopped down at this little church, and I wanted to get out and watch her drive, and I just wanted to see how the car responded, you know, with her driving, just see what it looked like. Yeah, that's what she looked like driving that car. Precious. Mercy sakes. Man, I can't be more tickled. I think what I'm going to do in another video, I'm going to come back in and we're going to I might be able to do it today. I just got so much on my plate that I need to do. So my intention is to go through. You guys are going to come in there with me. I don't know if it's going to be today, but at some point we're going to go back into the trunk and we'll just buzz all that down and seal it, and we'll just go from there. So I'll see you next time. Man. This one's for sale. Holla at you, boy. I will put my email down here in the bottom. So you're interested, or anybody else interested that might want a shot at the 62 Fairlane, just holler at me. You come over here and look at it, and I'll put it on you. Y'all have a good one.